Hello, everybody. This is Skip Elsheimer. Welcome to the AV Geeks Lunchtime Streaming Show, where we watch old 16mm films. And so today, it's Friday. So yeah, let's watch some 16mm films. This next film is a Sid Davis film, and this strays from the traditional Dangerous Stranger and is talking about bicycle safety. Enjoy. Let's see if there's any spinning headlines of any kids injured or killed in a bicycle accident. That seems to be his MO, but we'll see. Enjoy.
What does the pilot of a helicopter, the motorcycle rider, and the bicycle rider have in common? Well, the answer is quite simple. They have two main responsibilities. First, they must make certain that their machines are in perfect mechanical condition at all times. The bicycle is about 150 years old today. Its ancestor, the hobby horse, was propelled by kicking the ground with both feet. Let's see what are some of the things that you can do to keep your bicycle in good repair. Adjust the saddle correctly and tighten. Position the handlebars to fit your size and make sure that the stem is far enough down in the fork for safety and is tightened securely. Replace worn handlebar grips and cement them on firmly. Loose grips may cause you to take a nosedive. Be sure that your horn or bell works properly and that it can be heard for at least 100 feet. If you do any riding at night, your bicycle must have a white headlight visible at least 500 feet ahead in the dark, and a red reflector in the rear, which should always be kept clean. Red reflector tape is also an added safety measure. Mechanical failure can cause serious accidents. A weak link in the chain may cause a bad spill. One of the most important things to check is your brake. Whether it is a hand brake or a coaster brake, always make sure it is properly adjusted. Good pedals are important for control over your bicycle. Lubricate and tighten pedal bearings and spindle, and replace worn treads which may cause your foot to slip off the pedal in an emergency. Your chain is your power transmission. Keep it clean by washing it with kerosene. Oil the link frequently and keep it at the right tension, not too tight, just enough to keep it from jumping off the sprockets. A slipping chain can easily cause injury to the rider. Be sure all the spokes of the wheels are tight and replace broken ones at once. Missing or loose spokes can cause damage to the rim and be dangerous. Check to see that your wheels are properly lined up between the forks so that the tires and rims do not rub. Always keep your tires inflated with the correct air pressure and see that they are not worn beyond safety. Remember, a well-kept bicycle is a safe bicycle. The second thing common to the motorcycle rider and the bicycle rider is that they should know the safety rules and traffic laws that must be followed before riding on the streets. Police officers go to school to learn how to ride their motorcycles. Just like the police officers learn to be expert motorcycle riders in a special training area, so should you learn to ride your bicycle in a safe spot away from traffic after you have learned the bicycle rules. When you begin to ride your bicycle, ride slowly until you become used to it and your muscles are limbered up. To be a good rider, it is important that you know the correct riding position. With the pedal in its down position, your leg should be slightly bent when the ball of your foot is placed on the treads. That is the right way to pedal, and it makes riding your bike easier and safer. Be sure to pedal evenly. Rhythm is what counts. You should lean slightly forward when you grip the handlebars. Keep your shoulders steady and don't wobble, and keep your knees in parallel to the frame. Before you ride your bicycle, learn the traffic laws and regulations, and know how to obey them at all times. In general, the rules for the bike rider are the same as for the motorist. In the same way that the motorist must give arm signals for turning, so must the bicycle rider. All arm signals are given with the left arm. For a right turn, the arm is bent, pointing straight up. A left turn must be made with extreme caution, always watching for traffic. Give your arm signal well in advance. For a left turn, the arm is held straight out from the shoulder. Remember always to drive with both hands on the handlebars except when you are giving your arm signal. If it is necessary for you to ride in heavy traffic and you wish to make a left turn at a busy intersection, stop, get off your bike, and wait for a new green light. Look to the left, to the right, and to the rear before walking your bicycle across the street. And wait there to cross to the left side, again with the green light. The proper arm signal for slowing down or stopping is the left arm pointed down. Always stop when you see this sign. When you ride on the street with friends, stay in single file. Keep to the right and avoid riding on the sidewalk. Stay a safe following distance behind all vehicles. The expert bike rider doesn't speed, show off, or hitch rides. Ride alone on your bike. Carrying other riders can be dangerous. Give pedestrians the right of way. That is both safe and courteous. And yield to automobiles crossing your path. When you carry books, help with the shopping, or run errands, use a luggage rack or a carrying basket for packages, making sure to place them in such a way that they do not obstruct your view or make riding difficult. When you come out of an alley or private driveway onto the street, always slow down and stop completely before going on. If there are cars parked on the street on which you are riding, always watch for car doors being suddenly opened or automobiles pulling out into traffic. Sometimes the road presents special hazards, and you must ride extra carefully. When the street is wet, for example, it may be slippery, and unless you are cautious, you may go into a skid. Cross streetcar tracks with caution and at an angle so as not to catch your wheels in the ruts. This is where the police department keeps the bicycles that are lost. But there's an easy way for you to keep your bicycle from ending up here should it ever be lost or stolen. In most cities, you can license and register your bicycle, just like the licensing of an automobile. Any police officer will tell you how. A license is cheap insurance, and it helps the police to find and return lost and stolen bicycles. If you can't license your bicycle in your city, take down the frame serial number of your bike and keep it in a safe place. And when you leave your bicycle parked anywhere, be sure you have a lock on it. Always park your bicycle in a safe place. Never leave it in a driveway, or you may not be able to enjoy your bicycle for long. The good bike rider is easy to recognize. He makes sure his bicycle is always in perfect mechanical condition. He learns how to ride and knows all the bicycle rules and traffic laws before riding on the streets. He rides on the right side of the street and doesn't speed, stunt, or take foolish chances. He shows extra care in traffic, especially at busy intersections. He is considerate of pedestrians. And he always locks his bicycle. Keep in mind what you have learned here with the motorcycle officer about bicycling. Try to reflect credit upon yourself, your parents, your school, and your community. Remember, the bicycle rider of today is the automobile driver of tomorrow.
It seems to me that if someone stole your bike, all they had to do is take the license off. Like, that's, you know, the serial number on the frame is probably a better indicator. But, yeah. I don't know. Anyways, sometimes on Fridays, well, sometimes whenever, we watch a reel of commercials. And so this reel, it comes from the Prelinger archive. We recently rediscovered it. So it's a variety of commercials from the 50s. They're in black and white. Some great jingles in there. But also in there is a kinescope of the Ed Wynn show. Ed Wynn, you might remember him. He did a lot of cartoon voices, but he also was in Mary Poppins in that sequence, Love to Laugh. He has a very distinctive voice. I can't even mimic it, but it's great. And I think he was Keenan Wynn's dad, who was a Disney actor and was also Sergeant Bat Guano in Dr. Strangelove. But Keenan Wynn, this is a TV show, and it's going to have some guests that you're going to recognize. It's kind of exciting. So here we go. Here's a bunch of classic, and the whole thing is sponsored by Camel cigarettes. So there is an inordinate reference to cigarettes in this Ed Wynn show. So here we go. Enjoy.
Clothing values are high, and the prices are low.
No.
That's why at Robert Hall, you save on family clothes.
Clothes.
Hi, kids.
Hi, Pedro!
Kids, let's all sing the Keds song. If you want shoes with lots of pep, get Keds, kids, Keds. For bounce and zoom in every step, get Keds, kids, Keds. You'll be a champion with style. Hit that ball a half a mile. They're tough, they last a long, long while. Keds, kids, Keds. There's a pair of smart youngsters. Hi, kids.
Hi, Pedro!
Say, why do you kids wear Keds?
So I can run faster and jump farther.
So I can win more often.
Right. Always look for the label big and blue. Keds, kids, Keds. That spells out U.S. Keds for you. Keds, kids, Keds. Those shockproof arches sure are neat. The right support for growing feet. So be a champion athlete. Keds, kids, Keds. Product of United States Rubber.
See these two portable radios? Well, watch this. Let her go, Betsy. Sorry, friend. You old-style portables have to go. But look at our new RCA Victor portable radio. Came through without a chip. Here's the world's first and only portable radio in the non-breakable impact case. So rugged, it's the only radio case with a 5-year guarantee against chipping, cracking, or breaking in normal use. Of course, a tube might jar loose, but that's easily fixed. The important thing is RCA Victor's non-breakable impact case means no chipping, no cracking, no breaking. And hear that tone. It's RCA Victor's great golden throat sound. See the world's only portables with the non-breakable impact case as low as $27.95 at your RCA Victor dealers.
Can a watch survive the Niagara Falls test? Attached to this heavily weighted ball, can this watch take the full impact of the rocks and rapids? It's going over, watch it, down into that raging torrent, buffeted and jolted by the force of that terrific current. And here it is, still ticking away, the world's greatest watch value. I'm Lyle Van, I'm a newscaster, and I covered this Niagara Falls story. This is the watch. The 17-jewel bull of a clipper, handsome, rugged, in the charm and color of natural gold. Winds automatically with just the slightest motion of your wrist. It's anti-magnetic and features this handsome expansion band. Now the bull of a clipper is yours to try for 2 entire weeks before you pay 1 cent. Yours on the easiest of terms. Complete price from only $49.50.
Right now, something never before attempted on television. An amazing test of automatic washers right here in our studio. Here's Betty Furness with the trial of the washers.
Yes, tonight you're going to see a trial of 4 of America's leading automatic washers, including the Westinghouse laundromat, to see just how well they wash and rinse your clothes. These 4 ladies are 4 leading club women from the New York State and New York City Federation of Women's Clubs, and they're here to represent you, to make sure that each machine gets an absolutely fair trial. They are in no way connected with Westinghouse, its dealers, or its advertising agency. They are Mrs. Olin Grantham, Mrs. Kenneth Strayer, Mrs. Donald Knaggs, and Mrs. Arthur Kramer. Now, ladies, would you each check the inside of your washer to make sure it's completely clean? And then next, you'll find beside you 6 white bath towels, 2 cups of dirty sand, and some detergent. Now, if you would load those towels into the machine, and as you do, shake each one out to make sure that it's clean. Of course, the ladies can see, and you can't, that 3 of these machines are the automatic center post agitator type of washers. Now, they're all brand new models, and they're all so well known that in all fairness, we've masked them off. Of course, the 4th is the new Westinghouse laundromat with the revolving agitator. Towels all in, ladies? All in. Good. Now, would you toss in those 2 cups of dirty sand, and that will represent the heavy dirt that you find in so many of your clothes, and then toss in the detergent after that. And then, if you'll be good enough to close the washers, and when they're all closed, if you'll start them. All going? All going. Fine. Now, would you please all stand right by your washer until the full cycle is completed? And that way you, and you too, will be able to see exactly how well each washer gets that dirty sand out of the towels. Watch for the outcome at the end of the next act.
And now, back to our dramatic test of the washers in our live television studio and the verdict.
Earlier in the show, you saw the beginning of a trial of 3 center post agitator automatic washers and the new Westinghouse revolving agitator washer. Well, now each of these machines has finished its wash and rinse cycle, and our 4 club women from the New York State and New York City Federation of Women's Clubs are ready to unload them. So why don't we go see? Let's start with Mrs. Strayer. Mrs. Strayer, would you open your machine and take out some of the towels and open them up so we can have a good look at them? Right there. Ooh. Wow. Great. Now, as you all saw, each of these machines was loaded with 6 towels, 2 cups of dirty sand, and some detergent. kind of a mess, wouldn't you say,
Why,
Mrs. Strayer?
Betty, these towels are just covered with sand.
They really
and
are.
the bottom of the tub is full of sand.
Look at that. I don't think you'd like your wash to come out like that, would you, Mrs. Strayer?
I should say not.
I wouldn't either. Now, let's check our second agitator washer. Mrs. Nagg, would you do the same thing? Would you take your towels out and open them up so we can have a look at them?
They're dirtier than Mrs. Strayer's.
They are not a bit clean, are they? They just look terrible. I don't think we need to check the bottom of your machine for sand because I think it's all safely lodged in the towels, don't you?
All over everything.
Now, why don't we have a look at our third center post agitator machine? Mrs. Kramer, let's see if you did any better. Would you take your towels out, please, one at a time? And let's see how they look.
Oh, look at all that sand in that towel.
That is not attractive, is it?
I should say not.
And there's still sand in that, too.
Look
and
at,
how about
look at that.
Yes, that seems even worse. How about the bottom of your machine? Is there any loose down there?
I think yes,
definitely.
There
certainly
is. That.
Well, now, I have a suggestion. Why don't we all go and take a look at the towels that are coming out of the Westinghouse laundromat? Now, you ladies have all seen with your very own eyes just how much sand each of these center post agitator machines left in the towels. Mrs. Grantham, let's have a look at your towels, may we?
Oh,
look at that.
Oh, look at how lovely and white
Isn't that beautiful and clean?
Beautiful.
And another one just as clean.
Isn't that wonderful?
Each one, there's not a grain of sand.
Isn't that wonderful?
I must say I'm very impressed myself.
They are.
They all look simply wonderful. Well, now, Mrs. Grantham, I have a clean cloth here. I wonder if you would just wipe out the inside of the laundromat.
One more.
Look at that. Not a trace of sand. Well, now, ladies, you've all watched this test. We've all seen it right from beginning to end together, and you know it was completely fair and impartial, and I think I can see that you're pretty impressed with our laundromat.
Very much so.
I want to thank each of you so much for coming with us tonight.
Thank you. Good night, Betty.
Good night. And as for you ladies at home, if you're in the market for an automatic washer, I'd like to suggest that you go to your Westinghouse dealer and ask him to let you see this dramatic sand test yourself. I'm sure you'll agree that the new Westinghouse laundromat with the revolving agitator will wash and rinse your clothes much better than old-fashioned center post agitator washers. And for the best in laundry equipment or any appliance, remember, you can be sure if it's Westinghouse.
This is the coffee pot at work. Listen to it perk. Look at the coffee as it gets darker and stronger. Smell the honest coffee smell. Ah, smell it. But will this cup of coffee taste as good as it smells? You bet it will, because it's Maxwell House, the coffee that tastes as good as it smells every time. Maxwell House coffee tastes as good as it smells every time. If you like to look at good coffee, listen to good coffee, smell good coffee, and taste good coffee, brew Maxwell House, the coffee that tastes as good as it smells every time. Maxwell House is good to the last drop. It tastes as good as it smells every time. Maxwell House.
Ladies and gentlemen, this commercial is going to use subliminal advertising. That means you will never see or hear the name of the product. Oh, it'll be there on the screen all right, but the naked eye cannot detect it. This way you sit back, relax, and enjoy me as I tell you this rather funny story. It seems that these three men decided to take a trip. The second guy goes back to the dry cleaner, says... So he opens the little door, goes... Zip, 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 zip. So the third guy says, yeah, but you better bring back the hangers.
Once a little old lady named Laura Scudder had a thing about potato chips. She hated chips that sounded like... Now I ask you, who likes chips that sound like... So Laura Scudder decided to make her own. A crisp, noisy potato chip. She went potato shopping until she found the perfect potato chip potato. Solid. She researched 197 vegetable oils until she found the purest and found the best salt. Then she put them all together with her secret recipe to make them crisp and crunchy and put them in a special package to keep them that way. And this was the result.
When it comes to Cracker Jack, some kids never grow up.
This is the sound of a human heart. It will beat 72 times in this minute. Every beat can be a painful throb if you have a headache. This pain remedy is Bufferin, the one doctors recommend by name more often than any other leading brand. Take 2 Bufferin, and every beat can mean your heart is pumping Bufferin's pain reliever through your bloodstream. Why such speed? Because Bufferin is the modern drug for pain. It is special antacids that activate the pain reliever by speeding it into your bloodstream straight to the pain. These antacids also help soothe an over-acid stomach, a common companion to headache. This message will last 60 seconds. 72 heartbeats. If you had taken Bufferin at its start, Bufferin could already be getting into your bloodstream. Next time pain throbs upsets you, take 2 Bufferin, the fast one. It's worth it.
Some time ago, the Volkswagen people went to see one of Italy's most famous automobile designers.
Buongiorno, signorina.
Buongiorno. Volete seguirmi, per favore?
Grazie. Buongiorno. Molto piacere.
Ben arrivati, prego, prego.
Buongiorno.
L'ho fatto buon viaggio? Ottimo. Molto traffico in questi giorni, eh?
Se fosse formidabile. Bene, bene.
They gave him this assignment.
Quali miglioramenti?
What changes would you recommend in the design of the Volkswagen? He studied it and studied it. Then he said,
Ingrandire il finestrino di dietro.
Make the rear window larger.
Solamente questo?
That's all?
Solo questo.
That's all. We did, starting with the 58. A Volkswagen is never changed to make it look different, only to make it work better.
You're high above California's Mojave Desert. You're watching the end of an unusual test of Super Shell gasoline, a mileage test that began more than 3 miles back. Each of those 10 cars started with exactly the same volume of gasoline.
The 5 dark cars got gasoline we blended just like Super Shell, but without one of its 9 working ingredients, without platformate, Super Shell's mileage booster. The 5 white cars got exactly the same amount of Super Shell with platformate. The engines are as identical as engines can be. The cars started together, accelerated to 50, and have held that speed ever since. The cars have traveled over 4 miles. Now, look. One dark car is out of fuel. So are the other dark cars. Every car without platformate has run out of fuel and is slowing to a stop. Every car on Super Shell with platformate is getting extra mileage. Platformate is one of Super Shell's 9 working ingredients to make your car work better. Stop at this clean white pump for good mileage. Super Shell.
Let Hertz put you in the driver's seat. Let Hertz take you anywhere at all.
This vacation, really let yourself go. Go Hertz Class. With a new Chevrolet or other fine car, you'll see things you've never seen before. Do things you've never done before. Hertz lets you change the pace completely. Go where you want, when you want. If you wish, take up to 20 months to pay with the new Hertz revolving credit plan. So why hold yourself back? You get a rest while Hertz does the rest.
Just let Hertz put you in the driver's seat today.
Dreyfus Fund is a mutual investment fund in which the management hopes to make your money grow and takes what it considers sensible risks in that direction. Ask your securities dealer for a free prospectus.
Camels from Hollywood. Camel Cigarettes present Ed Wynn and Ed's guests, the Three Stooges and Helen Forrest.
Oh, the show is going to be simply ridiculous tonight.
Hello, Ed. The
about to begin.
Thank you. You know, the way I figure, if they can send flowers by wire, why not people? You know. Tonight's show will keep you on pins and needles. If you'll actually not be on pins and needles, I mean, you will at least be stuck with the show anyhow.
You save stamps?
Yes, I save stamps.
Well, then save that.
That kid is a juvenile delinquent. Why he should have to delink all over me, I don't know. His father was an adult delinquent. That's what he was. That's why the kid is a juvenile. His father once took my father's gate. Right from the front yard. And my father wouldn't tell this kid's father that he took my father's gate. And when I asked my father why he didn't tell the kid's father about taking my father's gate, my father said he was afraid that the kid's father would take offense. Allow me just a minute, the telephone. Hello?
Ed, this is the front office. Some of our CBS network executives are coming down to inspect your studio.
Well, they can do that. I'm doing a show. They can't come.
Well, these executives will be here from New York for only a few days, and you must treat them with the greatest respect.
How do you like that? Executive. All the time, executive. To me, an executive, you know what an executive is to me? An executive is a man who gets $50,000 a year, has a beautiful office. You can see how excited I'm getting over this. But that's what it is. He gets $50,000 a year, as I started to say, has a beautiful office, couple of secretaries, but no job. Executives. I don't... Look at this here, carpet. Carpet for executives. Look at that. I never got that as an act. And here come the CBS executives.
Mush!
Look at...
Mush!
Mush!
Mush! I know this is an extravagant waste of money.
Here, boy, take this rug and beat it.
That's no way for a vice president to talk.
Oh! Hey, what is this whole thing anyhow?
We are the CBS Brain Trust. This is our vice president in charge of soap operas.
Oh, the vice president in charge of soap operas. How do you do?
This is our vice president in charge of cutting costs.
Why, certainly I'll cut the cost right away. There it is, right there.
Give me that.
All right.
Unbutton your coat, stupid.
All right.
Gentlemen, the vicissitudes of one's circumstances in these surroundings makes it nigh impossible to state one's feelings, which entitles you to additional chastisement. Prepare for the double zinger.
No, not the double zinger, no. Executives.
Put your fingers out like that. Now hold your arms out that way. On your mark, get set, go!
Let's go! I've had enough of this, an executive. It's got to stop. I'm trying to do a show.
Well, we're going to make a few little changes around here.
There'll be no changes. I'm going to do the show myself, and I'm going to start it right now with a Camel movie.
Well, after the Camel movie, we're going to make some changes.
There will be no changes.
Oh, yeah.
Wait a minute.
Camel, smoke Camel, and see how mild a cigarette can be.
Oh, Danny's used to lying, fierce and wild. But when it comes to smokes, he likes his cigarettes mild. He says, smoke Camels, and you will see they're so mild. Camels suit you to a T.
Camel, smoke Camel, and see how mild a cigarette can be.
This is my suit especially for picking oranges. Navel oranges. We had such frost this past winter. have no idea what it did to the citrus crop. Look at that. So cold. Frozen orange juice. But look at this beautiful scenery. Isn't it gorgeous? Look at the pond, the wishing pond, the scenery, the trees, the bird bath. Lots of people have thought of a bird bath before, but I'm the first one to think of this, you know. This, I think, is so wonderful. See, isn't that cute? For the bird. This is really, I'll tell you what this whole scene is for. It is really to welcome my beautiful and lovely guest, Helen Forrest. Would you play some lovely music for the lovely Helen Forrest? If that's Helen Forrest, television is in worse shape than I thought it was.
We're going to make some changes around here.
Yeah, we got to make some changes around here.
Quiet.
Wait a minute.
Yeah, what are you... You got to stop this! You got to stop the whole thing. You're ruining my show.
Please, we're trying to help you.
I don't need any help. I can ruin my show myself. I don't need... Just let me alone, will you?
You can't do a television show with that pond here. It's very unsanitary.
Yeah, it breeds fish. I didn't say anything.
Well, now, you see, that should teach you a lesson. They're making an executive out of me now. This is
we got to get rid of that fishing pond.
No, boys. Boys, stop. Stop, boys. That is not a fishing pond. That is a wishing pond.
Wishing?
Fishing.
Smishing, it's got to go.
Yes, come on, get it off.
Quiet, Terry. Wait a minute. I'm going to make a wish. This is just what I wished for, Helen Forrest. I'm so glad you finally got here. These boys are driving me crazy.
Well, who are they, Ed?
Well, they claim that they're top brass from New York. You know what top brass is? They make pipes for under sinks in the kitchen.
Here we are. Now we got to... This will be about it.
What is this? What is this?
This is a television camera. Take one.
Just a minute. The television camera. Helen, I want you to see this instrument. This is the instrument that takes a picture of my face, and it sends it out all over the country. And millions of people sitting in front of their sets, looking at me, you know, see. And it gives them a chance to say, who's that?
Before she sings, we have to see if that set will photograph.
Yeah, now, there's a matter of...
Wait a minute, boys. Wait a minute. This is my show. I will look at it.
How's the scene, Ed?
Well, I can't tell. I'm looking at an old Hopalong Cassidy picture here. You can't... Take it over. That boy Hoppy gets him every time.
Look at those trees. We'll have to do away with them.
Say!
That's the worst scene I ever saw.
That's the worst saw I ever seen. Stop it! Stop it, boy! Stop it! Here, wait! I'll be back to you in just a minute. Stop it! Stop it, boy!
Get out!
Hey, wait a minute! Here, stop! Stop, boys! Boys, this is a wishing pond. Such executive. This is a wishing pond. Shall we all make a wish?
Yes.
All right. Wait a minute. It's too small a pond for all our wishes. Just let me wish alone. Wait, I get a little coin here. I wish. I made my wish. Now I throw a coin in the pond. That's just what I wished for. That was the whole thing. That's exactly what I wished. And now, Helen, I would like to ask you, Helen, what are you going to do for us?
Well, I'm going to do a torch song, Ed.
Well, I thought you would. I love these kind of jokes, you know. But you really can sing in front of this piece of muslin. This was bought at a fire sale by CBS, this thing here, you know. You're going to sing a torch song? I'll tell you what you should do. To be in the perfect setting, you should have a speakeasy scene. You see? Now, will you open the curtains, please? Look at that. Look at that.
Oh, wonderful.
Television, you know, they've had this scenery 1928 or 29. This is a speakeasy.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Now, you
Ed.
sing in front of that.
Oh, that's beautiful, Ed. But what are you going to do while I sing?
Oh, I'll think of something. Yeah, what do you want?
It's okay, Joe. He's a friend of mine.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Most people get their wish as time goes by, but I guess I've been cheated. The dream that I have waited for has never come true. The dream of just one simple thing I've loved to do. I wish that I could shimmy like my sister Kate, shimmy like the jelly on a big plate. My mother wanted to know today why all the boys are looking at Katie that way. All the fellas in the neighborhood know that she can shimmy and it's understood. I know I'm late, but I'll be up to date when I learn to do the shimmy like my sister Kate. Took my sister Kate to see a burlesque show. Thought she'd learn a lot of things she didn't know. After watching for 2 minutes flat, she yelled, I can shake mine much better than that. So she stands right up just as big as life. Shimmies till his fella wants to leave his wife. Oh, how I yearn. Where can I learn to shimmy like my sister Kate?
In Macy's basement.
Oh, shimmy like my sister Kate.
In Gimbel's window.
Oh, shimmy like my sister Kate.
At Arthur Murray.
Yes, shimmy like my sister
And now, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to do some advertising for my sponsor, Camel Cigarettes. I really do not have to mention Camel Cigarettes. I don't even have to mention the word Camel. I don't have to mention my sponsor. I don't have to, but the unemployment agencies are jammed. But instead of telling you how wonderful camels are, I'm going to show you, absolutely show you, that 4 people out of 5 actually ask for camels. And the 5th one asked for matches. I've been working on this here for about 3 days. This is my display. Oh, yes. Yes, miss.
Do you have any Camel cigarettes here?
Camel cigarettes? I'll look. Camel cigarettes. You wish a pack?
Please.
Yes. Here's a nice pack. I've been working on this display for 3 days now. There you are.
Thank you.
Oh, that's perfectly all right. I'll finish the display, you know. Oh, yes, yes.
I'd like a package of those delicious, mild Camel cigarettes. These.
Yes. Unquestionably, she's being paid by the sponsor. Camel cigarette? Yes, here's some Camel. I've been working on this display 3 days.
Thank you very much.
Well, that's perfectly all right. I'll finish the display now. Oh, for heaven's sake. Yes, ma'am?
I'd like a package of Camel cigarettes, please.
Camel?
Yes.
Oh, there's some up there. I've been working on this display 3 days, you know. It's to go up 2 more high, you see. There you are, miss.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Oh, you better make that 2 packages.
You mean you want another package of Camel?
Yes, please.
You just thought of that? You made it up yourself? There you are, man.
Thank you.
Perfectly all right. Got to finish the display. Bill Frawley. My goodness me, Bill. My goodness me. Bill, I must admit that you have me absolutely... I'm so surprised, you know, at seeing you here.
Why?
Well, I don't know. I'm just... I don't know. I thought that you were to be on my show next week when I have Joey Brown also and Ilyona Massey. That's what... And I'm surprised to see you here tonight.
Yes, I know that, Ed. I'm very happy about it. Thank you.
Well, that's...
But I just happened to be in the neighborhood, and I thought I'd drop in for a pack of Camels.
Camel cigarettes?
Yes, you have Camels.
Well, I'll look. One pack of Camel cigarettes.
One pack.
Won't catch me again on that.
No.
This, huh?
I want a pack out of this carton.
Pardon me?
This carton.
You want a pack out of that carton?
That's right, that carton.
He probably will not be on the show next week. Thought of this, I don't know. 3 days I've been working on this.
Come on, son, don't loiter, come on.
Not loitering, I'm just...
Come on.
There you are, Bill.
Thank you. But I want the whole carton.
One of those?
No, this carton.
You want this carton here?
That carton there, do you mind?
I've been working 3 days on this thing here.
Hurry it up, son. Will you hurry it up?
There you are, Bill.
Thank you, Ed. Thank you very much.
See you next week, Bill.
You bet you will.
Yeah.
Good night.
Good night.
And be funny.
Yes, I suppose that you folks thought that all of those Camel cigarettes were going to fall down. You know? Didn't you really? Because I did, too. You know.
This is a disgrace. You call that advertising? You've been at it 3 days. Where's that carton of Camels?
What carton?
Get another carton of Camels.
Get another carton yourself.
Pardon me, do you have a fountain pen?
Oh, a fountain pen. Yes, sir, I do. Yes.
Thank you.
Yes.
Have a block. Wise guy, huh? Do you have a fountain pen?
Well, yes. Here's one.
Thank you.
Oh! You know something? That this has got to stop. Because you're driving me crazy. I've got to get rid of these executives. I've got to find a way to get... Please, bring that on. I've got to get rid of them. Bring it on, fast, would you please? I get rid of them. I must get rid of them. Would you take this, please, from me, Lennox? Thank you very much. See, these are the 3 executives. You've seen their initials for years. That's C and that's B and that's S. CBS. You've seen them all over. I'll get rid of them. Mr. C, you want it on the phone here.
Oh, thank you.
It's all right.
Hello? Hello?
Mr. B,
Yes?
you want it on the telephone, please.
Thank you.
That's all right.
Hello? 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 Hello?
Mr. S,
Yes?
you want it on the telephone
Oh,
here.
thank you, thank you. Hello? 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 Hello?
Yes.
Hello?
That'll get rid of them. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, now that I've got rid of the executives for the entire evening, I'd like to show you an invention of mine. You know, so many people have been writing in for me to help them, actually help them. I mean in things, in affairs at home. For instance, so many people go to bed without turning out the light. Having forgotten it, they're in bed, they have to get out of bed, get up and turn off the light, get back in bed, probably catch cold or something. See, for that reason, I want to show you my invention. This does away with getting up out of bed if you've forgotten to turn out the light. It's a rock. Now, if your aim is good, you never have to get out of bed. Take this up out of my own head. That's And now, ladies and gentlemen, so often have you heard me describe plays and dramas, different things. Tonight, we're going to play a great drama. It's truly wonderful. I mean, the first scene is so interesting, where this fellow leaning over the bar, you know, and the man comes up to him, you'll see that, and he says to him, he says, "What's the reason for all this terrible condition you're in?" And he says, "I just ordered 22 drinks." And the guy says, "Why did you order 22 drinks?" And the fellow said, "Because there's a sign over the bar which says, 'No one saved under 21. Some of the jokes that you will hear are even worse than that. Open the curtains for the drama. He is my leading man. She is what he's leading up to.
This stage is
absolutely... Oh, again, these guys again.
Get busy and clean this stage up.
Yes, pardon me.
Go on, get to work.
Say, here, stop it! Stop all of this, boys! Stop it, stop it, stop it! Stop, I don't need any actors, stop it! Take up the scenery, I don't need any scenery. Take everything, I don't need anything. I gotta get rid of these executives. They're absolutely driving me crazy. I've gotta get rid of them. That's a sandbag. That's dangerous, you know that? That could kill someone. Oh! May I be forgiven for the thought which is running right through my... Oh, gentlemen.
Yes?
I mean, now that you're here from the East and all, would you do something for my audience? Would you sing? Would you
Oh,
sing?
we'd love to.
You would, eh?
Oh, yeah.
Well, I sing
I'll
it.
take the barrier.
Oh,
No. You're going to take the barrier.
Boys, here, wait, look, boys. Look here, just stand here. Stand right around the inkwell here, just like that. Now, wait a minute. Now, you don't have to strike a note. Would you play some executive music, please?
When you wore a tulip, a sweet yellow tulip, and I wore a big red rose. When you caressed me, 'twas that heaven blessed me, what a blessing no one knows. You lay like Erie when you called me dearie, 'twas down where the bluegrass grow. Your lips were sweeter than tulip when you wore a tulip, and I wore a big red rose. I met her in a garden in an old Kentucky town.
the moon was shining down.
No. Don't dance out of this position, boy. Just sing like that.
When you wore a tulip, a sweet yellow tulip, and I wore a big red rose. When you caressed me, was that heaven bless me, what a blessing, no one knows. You made like cheery when you called me dearie, was down where the bluegrass grows. Your lips were sweeter than tulip when you wore a tulip, and I wore a big rose. I met her in my garden in an old Kentucky town. The moon was shining down. She wore a gingham gown. I kissed her as I placed a yellow tulip in her hair. Upon your coat you pinned a rose so rare. When you wore a tulip, a sweet yellow tulip, and I wore a big red rose. When you caressed me, said heaven bless me, what a blessing, no one knows. When you called me dearie, was down where the bluegrass grows. Your lips were sweeter than tulip, where you...
Make the Camel 30-day mildness test, and you'll know how mild a cigarette can be. Camels are so mild that in a recent test of hundreds of people who smoked only Camels for 30 days, noted throat specialists making weekly examinations reported not one single case of throat irritation due to smoking Camels. But test Camels yourself in your T-zone. See if you don't agree that Camels are the mildest, best-tasting cigarettes you ever smoked. Every week in the year, the Camel people send gift cigarettes to servicemen's and veterans' hospitals. This week, Camels go to Veterans Hospitals, Coatesville, Pennsylvania, and Oklahoma City, Oklahoma, United States Army Oliver General Hospital, Augusta, Georgia, and the United States Naval Hospital, Charleston, South Carolina. The Camel people have now sent more than 190 million free Camels to servicemen, servicewomen, and veterans.
About me. It's in the Radio Mirror. It's written by a Mrs. Ed Wynn. Probably a relative, you know. Strange. By the way, I want to thank the Three Stooges for playing the part of CBS executive. And any resemblance to the Stooges and the real executive is definitely malicious.
Brought to you over these same stations every Saturday night by Camel Cigarettes. Next week, Ed's guest will be one of America's most beloved comedians, Joe E. Brown, and the most beautiful blonde in Hollywood, Ilona Massey. Bob Lamont speaking. This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.
Okay, so some of you don't care for Ed Wynn. I'm a big fan, so I very much enjoyed this. And those commercials beforehand were wonderful. Big fan. So hopefully you got something out of it. But I appreciate you guys sticking around and watching. And I hope you have a good weekend. If you like what you saw, hit the thumbs up, hit the like button. Subscribe. I just checked to make sure that my microphone was on. You can support us financially by hitting the Super Thanks button in the YouTube chat that supports us. You can also go to ko-fi.com/avgeeks, patreon.com/avgeeks. Those are ways that money goes directly to pay for storage. We have 7 storage units. And after this show, I'm actually going to go there to one of them and pull some films. So there you go. Anyways, another way you can support us is just watch other YouTube videos. Oh, thanks so much, Richard, for the donation. Yeah, you can watch YouTube videos where we have ads, and we make a little bit of money off of that. So that's another way to support us. So thanks so much. Have a good weekend. Take care of yourself. We love you guys, and we will see you on Monday.